Go ahead and heal up a little bit, do some rearranging. Because we don't need to equip the stress heal just yet. Long term, I think having a Jester around in order to do some stress healing could be very nice. It just doesn't feel necessary at the moment. Alright, empty room, no scout. We'll just head up. All we got to do is explore 90%. Trap hits our tank, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, we found a map. Nice. I will take a map. Alright, not the best map in the world, but not a bad one. We can see there's a fight there, a fight there. Well, we may as well check out the fight, but we don't have to... We could just kind of poke our heads in, is one option. We could also just turn around and kind of head this way and hope that there are less fights. Because fights feel like they're mostly to be avoided these days. I don't know. Let's run headlong into it. That's how we used to do things. Great. Maggots and a ghoul. That's not going to be fun. Because maggots are actually terrifying. Credit for 2. Stupid little maggot on the ground that we can't even remotely kill. There. We only got one of those bleed effects also. So it's not even dying yet. There. Now it's dying. And that clears the corpse, which is good. Yeah, do your howl. Everyone hates you. Everybody actually hates you. And I'm kind of wondering if we just leave this next one where it is. Another option is to try and knock it back so we can bleed it out. Might be a better one. For now, though, we'll toss a bleed there. Okay, you already got your turn. That's frustrating, especially because you're howling at me. Look at this stress. Get out of here, please. You have 45% move resist. And this skill is 140% base on knockback 3. Are we being real right now? That's a rolling a 1. We rolled a 1 on trying to knock back a maggot, and we failed. Whatever. Hey, it worked this time. What do you know? Now, we never got this stun, so we're going to try again. I probably should have sliced the maggot. But I like speed boosts. They're convenient. They're helpful. Take your stun turn. And then you'll take your regular turn, and I don't need to worry about you anymore. Alright, let's actually go for some stress relief. Hopefully he'll try and rend or something. Oh, we got another stun. That was unexpected. And let's just get to cutting. These bleed effects are proving quite useful in the Warrens. Obviously, this group would be completely useless in the Ruins. Which is actually the reason I didn't take the medium Ruins run that I wanted to take, is because I wanted to go with this group. And this group, they can't handle the Ruins at all. Not even remotely can they even think about the Ruins. Because they're relying so heavily on their bleed effects. Now, hopefully our speed is enough that the ghoul doesn't get to actually do anything until we've bled it to death. Of course, our bleed effect on it right now is actually surprisingly weak, because it just keeps resisting all of them. Which is not what I expected it to do. It's got decent bleed resist, but we have really good bleed chance. Especially with this bleeding pendant. Alright. We can use both the busts and the money. I don't know which one to actually leave behind. Oh, let's take the money and get rid of the citrine. That'll work. Alright, forward into the room fight. Okay, well there's no swine tar. So maybe we're okay. I don't know if I need to do a knockback right now, so maybe we'll just... I could just go for a resist. This withstand nonsense for protection and such. Battle Ballad, because Battle Ballad. Alright, well if you're going to do that, maybe we can just go for a stun on you. I'm honestly not sure what would be the best option here. I guess we could go after the Heaver still. I kind of would like to bleed him out to pull the Thunderer forward long term. That would be the goal here. Well, they missed twice, so that's fine. Okay, that's perfect. Because now he'll bleed out. Hopefully he'll bleed out before the Thunderer. Although we probably won't get to actually focus on the Thunderer this next turn, purely because our we buffed speed on all of our characters, so they'll just be taking their turns earlier. But we can still try and hit this champion. We've got to actually hit him, but whatever, it's fine. Yep, there goes the bleed out. Thunderer pulls forward. All the stress. Except for the guy who was stunned. He didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, we'll go for a heal. Oh, stop hitting the Hellion. She can't handle this. It's just not fair. No, stop it! Look at what you're doing! You horrible people! Alright, there he goes. Start cutting the Thunderer. Gotta make sure we bandage this time, because man, that is gross. Another option would have been to just Adrenaline Rush, but I would like to get this Thunderer dead. And it's not quite going to happen yet, and I do want to go for a heal. Okay, that's a very nice crit heal. I will take it. Oh, would you stop, please? With all your critting. That Butcher's Cut is fine. That's all I ever want you to do, is use that Butcher's Cut, just like that. Go for the self-heal here. He's not going to quite bleed out yet, so I guess we'll go ahead and kill him. Our damage rolls are just so variable sometimes. No, I want to start the bleeds. There we go. So I've been thinking, in the other group, where we have the Highwaymen, I'm wondering if it would be good to replace that with a Grave Robber, like was my initial thought. But then I'm sitting here going, I think for the Grave Robber's Blight effect, you have to be in the back 2 spaces, so that wouldn't work well with that group because the Plague Doctor also needs to hang back there and the Vestal also needs to hang back there for the way we've been playing them. So I'm still trying to think through of exactly how all that could be made to work. Maybe you can fit a Houndmaster in there. But that relies on bleed once again, and that doesn't work well against skeletons when we were hoping to look for blight effects, and I don't know, guys. I'm trying to think all this through while I'm doing the basic, hey, we have a giant thing with a lot of protection we need to kill, and so we just need to stack effects on it at this point. Now he's guaranteed dead. We are bleeding quite profusely. Let's just toss out a self-heal. Another heal. Very nice. It's really nice, actually, to have the self-heal that's very effective for the Leper, because then I can focus my Vestal's heals elsewhere where they will be more effective.
Now it must be carried home.
We got a scout, that's good. Okay. Alright, good. And a lot of food to eat. There we go. Look at all that health we got back from that. I have no idea why there was food on the rusty knives or how we pulled food off the rusty knives with bandages, but okay. I guess we'll take it. So I'm going to let it get dark because I want to camp fairly soon. And so I don't want to waste torches. Well, I guess we'll go after the ghoul, but first, throw out that protection buff. Get that stress relief. That has been so crucial. Battle Ballad. I'm not making good use of Solo. I think mostly because Finale has had so little use most of the time, that Solo feels really awkward to use as well. Wondering if I need to change some of that out for the stress relief at this point. I'll probably do that after this fight, is rearrange the group and change up some skills to focus on that kind of thing. Go for the stun. Good. That's fine. Man, protection. 55% protection is just so good. Never going to get over that. Let's just start going for some cutting. I would love to get this ghoul dead. Ah, resist. Unfortunate. Ooh. And he's bleeding again. What is your bleed resist? It's only 70%. That's actually really, really low. I think I used to run around with a cleansing crystal on him, so his bleed resist used to be higher. And I'm just not used to that yet. Ooh, man, that's a lot of bleeding, though. He's going to need a bandage, almost certainly. Go for another stun. Good. He'll probably throw out a self-heal or two before long, but I didn't see any reason to do it this turn. Alright, please work. Excellent. We got the bleed. It's still not enough to kill him, unfortunately. Basically, we would need to roll 4 damage on the Slice Off and get the bleed from Slice Off in order for him to die. Or 3 damage and the bleed. There's actually a pretty good chance of that. Well, 2 to 4. So there's a decent chance of that. We'll go for it. 2. We rolled a 2. He's going to have 1 hit point. 1 hit point made the difference in 8 damage and 15 stress. Wonderful. Well, let's see. Your protection buff is gone, so I guess we'll reapply that. More battle balloting to refresh that buff. Yeah, you bled out. That's what you're supposed to do. Now we've got this one guy left I have to deal with. Which it's kind of difficult dealing with a guy who has 50% prot when none of your effects can work on him. Like, none of your skills can hit him that do bleed in that position. Great. At least he resisted. Let's go for the self-heal at this point. We could reduce his accuracy and head for a finale. That's actually probably a good idea at this point, because we're not going to get bleed effects onto him anyway. The downside is our Hellion has to basically skip a turn and do Adrenaline Rush first. But once again, she's relying on actually dealing damage now. So maybe that's alright. This idea of, okay, we will just do this to pump out a finale. Yeah, why? Now everybody gets stressed out. The stun gets resisted at least, so that's good. Get the finale in. Now go for a cut. Yeah, that buffed up cut for 10 damage. Get out of here, please. I'm so ready to be done with you. He only has 70% stun resist. We may as well go for it. And that should basically guarantee the fight in our favor. Battle Ballad just because. Nothing better to do. That should have been a heal. That should have been a heal on the Hellion. This can be a self-heal, I think, because the Hellion should be fast enough and accurate enough to finish it.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Wow, we actually maxed out on rubies. Do we just get rid of the keys? I guess we can just get rid of the keys. I don't know how necessary keys are in here, actually. The Warrens might be the place where you don't need so many keys. I always have trouble remembering exactly what curios are available where. Okay, one more fight and then we rest, because stress is getting pretty scary. Oh, maybe not one more fight. Maybe we leave and turn around.
A wise general cuts losses.
Just never mind. We don't need that room. Don't need that room at all. I hate those things so much, I will avoid fights with them every opportunity I have for it. We're not getting ambushed like this. I really hate that you keep saying that nonsense. We did get a lot of stress for that, unfortunately, but such is the way.
Respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
And this is what I'm talking about. It feels like so much of what I do right now needs to be focused on stress relief. We'll go ahead and pop in every rose. Unfortunately, that doesn't affect himself, which sucks, but whatever. I guess we can use Reflection. That sets him exactly to 0, which is nice. Turn back time still looks pretty useful. That was really effective, too. Now, we could chant here, but that won't do much. Another option is to just hit Battle Trance again. No need for Let the Mask Down. If only the Jester could fix himself. Maybe I should have had him go with Mockery instead at this point. I'm not sure. I still don't understand why you're locked out of these skills in the way you are, and why you don't just have access to all of them. Because you can always just change them right before you camp, so what's the point except to punish you for forgetting to do that? Maybe we just do the small accuracy buff. Of course, if we're going to just do a small accuracy buff with, like, extra... Well, now we'll do Battle Trance. That's fine. There are a lot of ghouls to fight still. Please no ambush this time. Thank you.
A blazing star is born.
Now, we're going to go ahead and remove... I think we might just remove Slice off, actually, and go with Inspiring Tune. So he's going to be strumming away for us the rest of this mission. Mostly for himself, if he can. Which I don't even remember if he can Inspiring Tune himself, but he's really stressed out. If we can get his stress down to a more equal level with everybody else, then we'll likely swap him back to Slice off and keep moving. Alright. Get rid of these. Thank you. And box of heirlooms. Probably nothing good. Yeah, nothing good. But at least a 50 gold. We'll take 50 gold for nothing. Pop a torch. Gotta use the rest of our torches. Maybe even clear out that inventory space at this point. Oh, should have backed up. Hold on. We should check out these two spots because they're just free stuff. And we need stuff at this point. It's really weird to need stuff again. Alright, burn away a bad thing. Torn Rotator removed. I didn't even realize you had a Torn Rotator. I guess I missed that. Nope. No interest in the stack of books. Everybody back up. A little bit of extra stress here for backing up, I guess, but it saves us a little bit of time, so... I'm kind of okay with it. And let's pop our last torch. Just try and keep light high until we're actually finished up here. And a ghoul. And a swine heaver. But a ghoul. Battle Ballad. And block. Slash withstand. Slash don't take damage. Slash protect. Slash whatever else I might end up calling it on any given day. Unfortunately, we did not all get to go before the Swine Heaver, because his speed is actually pretty good. And so he got to do... Like, we're already back up to 50 stress here. Ugh. 6 is not low enough, so we will need to judge him again, but that shouldn't be too bad. Let's just start cutting. Okay, you can do it to yourself. There you go, 13. I don't want to bleed the Swine Heaver. I would like to Judgment him, so we're going to start a bleed on the Ghoul. There you go. Just try and get as much damage on the Ghoul as we can when it's reasonable. Of course you want to howl. Why wouldn't you want to howl? Howling's so fun for you. Just make the Ghoul as dead as you can, please. More Inspiring Tunes. Keep that stress down. We just never cut for much damage against the Ghoul, it feels like. At least we can keep judging him because he's not doing any damage to us, because all he's sitting back is doing is sitting back and howling. Okay, there's a rend. But it's a rend for nothing, and when we have plenty of anti-venom to deal with it anyways. Everybody feel better. Now he has, I think his Dark Tambourine is keeping him from healing his own stress effectively. I should have anti-venomed. Oh well. He will now, I believe, bleed out. Yeah, 8 damage. Goodbye. You gotta make sure you're doing well on every single battle, it feels like. Because if you're not, you are going to run out of steam. Alright, there's a trap to clear. Who do we have here that's actually good at traps? 80%, 90%, 70%, and 70%. So we'll go for it with the Jester. 90% base is pretty darn good, actually. So I never used the anti-venom. Just do it. We're going to lose it anyway. This is something I'm going to have to stop doing, overstocking on things like anti-venom. Go into the room to make sure we have it explored. For the 90% of the place explored. We're still not there yet. How many are we missing? 1, 2, 3? We're only missing 3. I guess the next one should clean it up for us. Unless they changed it so that walking into a room and leaving no longer counts as exploring it, which would be frustrating. Because that's kind of why I've been operating the way I have. Check the bag. Empty sack. The worst sack. Hit the trap, please. At least he's getting some decent stress resist off that. And goodbye, torches. I will miss you. So we're going to head into one more room, at least. Because we do have open inventory slots right now. Like a lot of them. Okay. So we can pop that. And use our last bandage. Okay, good. But we also have plenty of food. You get the point. Like, we have a lot of open slots, and we actually need money right now. So we're going to try and close up some of these extra slots. Even if it means fighting a Swintar champion, apparently. I was hoping to not be doing this. Oh well. Battle Ballad, please. And we have the dark music, which we haven't had for a while, because I hate fighting in the dark these days. Okay. Just get out of here, Thunderer, please. I don't want to have to focus on you too much. Alright, nice. Thunderer down. That leaves the Heaver in the back, unfortunately, in this area where it's hard to get at him, but it looks like the Swintar is going to help us out with that, for the moment at least. Let's make sure we're stacking bleeds on the Heaver while we have the opportunity. And we'll go ahead and judge him. Alright, that leaves him with 2 turns, or 1 turn left, basically. I could just cut him and kill him, though. And may as well. This Swintar is going to be charging at us soon, I imagine. But we can go ahead and keep battle balloting to hopefully help out a bit. There's the Pig Spear. The most ridiculous, overpowered skill ever in this game. 26 damage, and then extra to everybody else. Alright. Tell you what, I think we are going to go ahead and go for a finale on this guy. So let's hit the solo. Of course he resisted. Why am I even trying to debuff? What's the chance on that debuff anyway? I assume it's just a 100%. So it's only like an actual 40%, 35%, because this guy has 65% resist to that sort of thing. Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can do this. Good crit heal. Good crit heal. And of course, go for the bleed. That's one nice thing, is she's not interrupted because we're just trying to bleed this guy out anyway, and she can use her bleed from back there. That's painful. And he's all the way in the back now, but we can still finale him. Good crit there, too. I was not expecting the finale crit. Although I think it has a pretty good crit chance attached to it. Yeah, 17% base and then a 50% damage mod on top of that is really good. I guess we just go for... We could just clear the corpses so we can't do that bouncing away anymore, I guess. There you go. Now he's stuck up here. And we heal. Alright, what's the bleed at? 8. Not as good as I was hoping. And another Pig Spear. Ah! Stop Pig Spearing me. It's gross. You don't need to be doing that. That's 45 speed. I just want him dead. I don't even care about anything else at this point. Just make him dead. Please get the bleed. Yes. Okay, 12 damage.
Wealth beyond measure.
And money.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Not the deeds. The money, please. Thank you. I guess we can blow the herbs here just to check. Oh, there's more money. Excellent.
Staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
And we could take one more fight, I guess. So what we can do, we have food still. He's full, I guess. And we're going to step out here. Because we still have inventory to fill up. Like a lot of it. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting these guys because we haven't seen them the whole time. But I guess they're still here. Alright, get that buff going. And 33% and then 0 for protection on those guys. We could go for a purge, I guess. Immediately. Just try and pull the gunners forward a bit. Put them both into bleed range easily. And then start killing them off. Good damage, good damage. That's perfect, because now he'll bleed out. Next turn. Alright. I don't actually need to be going for bleeds on these guys. I guess this one I could have wicked hacked, but at least bleeding him out gets rid of the corpse. Still. So it still turned out very, very well, although I don't know if it was actually the best decision overall. Alright, he's also going to bleed out. Excellent. That's just both corpses cleared easily. Then we just have two of the big guys to deal with. So we will start cutting away at them. Only 33% protection. Not completely ridiculous. Although that is completely ridiculous because that wasn't even a crit. That was just, I'm going to deal 20 damage to you. That's it. What if he had crit? She'd probably be dead right now. Alright. Let's do some damage, or some accuracy debuffing. Hey, it actually worked. What do you know? Cut you. I do want to throw out a heal. That might not have been the best decision. I was kind of hoping for a finale long term. Alright, got a crit and a bleed. So he's guaranteed dead. The finale wasn't really necessary. But at least she's out of slice and dice range. Uppercut slice. Alright. Oh, you're fine. Stop whining. Now he can't finale, though. All he can do is solo from here. How pathetic is that? And they resisted. Okay, then. There you go. That'll fix it. And now we just do a stress relief. I know he was at almost no stress, but he still had enough that, like, there's nothing else to do long term, because I'm planning to be done at this point. I should have hit him to try more stress relief instead of a heal, even though he was guaranteed dead regardless. Because I knew this was going to be my last fight. I don't want to pick that other fight because she's kind of low on hit points, and I don't know if... Okay, she can eat, but still, she's pretty low on hit points, so I should have gone for extra stress relief. It's pretty simple. We did get the portrait! We pulled the Ancestor's portrait. 50% resolve XP. And that's a lot of treasure. Not a lot of heirlooms, but that's a lot of treasure to bring back. Over 30,000 for that mission. Quick Draw replaced Thick Blooded. I don't know how I feel about that. Quick Draw is like okay, but it's not great. Weapon Tinker is awful. Beast Slayer replaced Unerring. That's kind of whatever. Known Cheat, I don't really care about much. Irrepressible replaced Evasive, which is probably not good.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
Alright, first things first. To the Sanitarium. Let's get rid of Weak Grip. And secure any of these. I think I actually really would like to secure Balanced on the Leper. He doesn't have any skills, I don't think, to maneuver himself back into position if he gets out of position, and he absolutely must be in those first two slots. So I really like the idea of securing Balanced on him. We're going to do that. For our Hellion. We could secure Unyielding, potentially, but I'm not going to just yet. Oh yeah, we definitely need to be fixing some of this. Let's get rid of Automatonophobia. And maybe secure... I mean, Steady's okay. let's see, he focuses on bleeds, so he's actually good against both humans and beasts. If I wanted to focus in the Warrens with this team, which is what they were just doing, then maybe I could start securing beast damage for them and have them just stay in the Warrens, where their bleeds are going to be effective and they just fight humans and beasts the whole time, I think, is a decent way to go. Like, we could make this into a Warrens team and start securing serious beast damage for it. And maybe that's acceptable. She has Ruins Scrounger, which isn't really great, but is okay. I think I'd like to try it, although it is our Jester, so maybe I don't worry about Beast Slayer for him. And instead, something like Hater would be more effective because it improves stress resist, which I think is more important for our Jester. So let's just remove Automatonophobia for now. And Holier Than Thou can get rid of Stress Eater and can lock in what? We could lock in Unerring, but I don't know if that's the right call. Like, she has some good skills, but they're not necessarily good skills for a healer. Meditator could be alright, but once again, I'm nervous to lock in unless I really, really know I want it. Like, it was easy when Bisquid was like, I am tough and on guard. Bam, done. No problem. Percy, same thing. Hard-skinned, give me that instantly. You are a tank. But some of these other ones are difficult because I know that some skills are just weaker versions of other skills, and so I want to save for the other skills. So that's the Sanitarium handled. We still have the stress to get rid of, so let's do that. The Daub's actually doing fine. Gavstapo, let's actually just dump him in here because he might just end up staying there, and even if not, it's only 13 stress. It's not the worst thing ever. And then Mertburge is not having anything weird happening, so she can go pray. I am having to use those buildings a lot more, but at least I gained gold that run. So that was nice. Alright, guys. Another one down with another team in another place. It was interesting. This patch is not easy. Is not easy. We might try and fit in like one more run at some point before Cove opens. Maybe just experimenting with the Grave Robber, see if I can fit it in anywhere. I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that Poison Darts is becoming so much more important, it feels like, and it's only a 2-slot, but at least it can hit any slot, and on top of that, it reduces the target's blight resistance, so maybe I can find some way to fit her into a Ruins group in particular, and then at some point I'm gonna have to put together a Wield group. It'll probably also involve bleeds rather than blight. Blight really feels like it's anti-skeleton, where bleed works against both the tree things, I think, and the pigs, whereas the pigs are very blight resistant. I think the trees might also be blight resistant. It's all very complicated, but we'll figure it out eventually. For now though, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.